So we're here at Dorsey and Ontonagon, which it must be a Native American name. But there's a spectacular stretch of entanglements, or tangles as I will shorten it to, along the stretch up to Jefferson Barnes Community Center. And of course it's adorned at sidewalk level with broken glass. Seems to be a real problem around here. A lot of kids are walking sidewalks to get to Jefferson Barnes too, so this is particularly shitty. But the tangles start getting interesting here. These this old viney wood really likes to get tangled up and stuff. And then these other things. This one started on this side and started heading into the other side before it was trimmed. And then let's see what kind of a Oragel, toothache gel. So we've got this with some free hanging entanglements. Shape of that one particularly strikes my fancy, with outstretched arms and whatnot. A little stump here with a little bit of free hanging branch there. This thing that starts on this side dips into the inside right about there. Little specks of mold, moss growing in. This tangle here, it's starting, looks like it started on the other side of the fence, and it's trying to get to the other side, break on through to the other side. We've got this one. Hey, I don't actually smoke, or I would offer you one.
Okay, yes,
Sorry about that. What's your pet's name?
Dorsey.
Dorsey? Have a good day. Sorry I couldn't help you with this smoke. Now this one starts on the other side and breaks through to this side with an array of free hanging pieces here. I was just checking out to make sure this dog wasn't going to pee on my bike. This guy. This one is mostly on the side of the fence. But it's trying to break through right about here. Well, it didn't try, it made it through and then was trimmed. Some viney interactions here. This is really tangled, as are these old sort of tangled textured pieces of wood with aged textures and a little bit of what looks like the end of a bungee cord, maybe. This viney tangle here. This disembodied free hanging one. Another disembodied clump. It continues almost, well, all the way down and around the corner from Jefferson Barnes. These look a little more freshly cut. These are growing back. Notice they're sprouting. This is pretty solidly wedged into the fence. These vines climbing up the bark. There are no spectacular corner interactions. They've managed to keep the corner pretty clear. But we've got a double fence that adds a little extra visual. Oh, there is a little bit of corner action happening here. And yeah, we've got a lot of this stuff growing up in between the two fences. So it adds more chain link effect to the visual appeal. It's mostly starting to break through right about there. Similar thing happening with this strand. So that's a neat little stretch. Got some mossy effect happening here that adds some color to the whole thing. Let me get back to my bike before somebody steals it. Or a dog pees on it. He took his dog at least 3 or 4 steps further than the bike for it to pee. But I could tell the dog was more attracted to the bike tires. What is it about bike tires that dogs seem to urinarily be attracted to? I realize I just made up a word, but yeah, what is it about bike tires or tires? Is it the rubber? Is there a certain smell that the rubber has that makes dogs want to urinate on them? And fire hydrants. What is it about fire hydrants? Is it the metal? Is it rust? Is it the water? Can they sense water pressure? So I'm here on Grand Traverse between Bay and Branch. Branch being appropriate because what I am now documenting are some more entanglements. The corners of these entanglements are pretty spectacular sometimes because I imagine just because they're harder to groom for the homeowners and the landlords, and so they just grow out of control. But I mean, check this out. Very tangled, nice and tangly. And from an artistic perspective, I find these very pleasing. There's the bike, and as I've mentioned before, these free hanging pieces of entanglement amuse me. They're just hanging in there. We've got another one here. Started on the other side of the fence. It came through right about there. And then the trimming attempt almost parallel up to the fence. It shows you what is going through the trimmer's mind when they're trimming these. Obviously their blade can't touch that metal. It's coming right through some stuff there. I find it interesting. Some more free hanging entanglements, some younger entanglements, still living ones, starting on the other side and popping through. That one's fully on the other side of the fence. This one still living. Buds are growing on it. We've got this grouping of entanglements. This one's a really busy entanglement. And there, the greenhouse, I noticed, has some new shrubbery trims and also some entanglements that I want to document. So I'm going to head the other direction and do some videotaping there. Although, hey, let's go across the street because there's some more entanglements I could document over here. The lighting isn't perfect. It's kind of in shadow. But yeah, these are some very complicated entanglements. This one's pretty hairy. And it's actually, look, it's done some damage to the fence. I can see where the fence is split. It's amazing how these organic elements such as, you know, wood, plant life can fully break chain link fence. It amazes me. So stubbornness over the course of time. So yeah, let's go track down the greenhouse. So here we are at Sheboygan and Grand Traverse. I want to trespass in these people's yard, but they have a spectacular entanglement going on here. Check this stuff out. Look at all these free hanging pieces. Just fascinating. And they must have all sprouted from that, as well as this free hanging piece embedded in the fence. Very cool. Oh, look at this little cute little piece. This little turtle-like thing. Nice. So there have been some spectacular entanglements and trims here on Montcalm off of Dorsey. So let's check these out. This one looks like it got split right up the crotch, and what I'm holding now might be something I shouldn't be touching because of the implications of these being two legs and that being the crotch. But these are pretty spectacular. Worm eaten with lots of great texture. I like it. What's in there? Oh, it's kind of hollowed out. Came right through. And these, let's check these out. That's some real tangly stuff there. Tangly. This is appealing. Ooh, this is especially appealing. I like this. Visually appealing. Now they've done some major hacking off of the shrubberies. For some reason this appeals to me as well, although there's no entanglement with fences. There's no wood and metal thing going on. But the shrub line essentially served as a kind of fence, I would assume. And interesting entanglement here. Again, we've got these free hanging pieces that amuse me so much. Nice. We've got some more free hanging entanglements down here, I think. Oh, nice one. We have the greenhouse up here. Here, I'll push the bike along with me. I get the feeling somebody is using the greenhouse for storage and not actively living here. And somebody must have got on them about the paint job of the house, and they painted the surfaces facing the streets, Muskegon and Dorsey. The gate's open. I think people have been in there effing around. Those gutters are in bad shape. Some more minor entanglements here. There's a corner entanglement, so I'm hoping that that one looks cool. Hey, a guy with a bike. How's it going? Is that bike functional?
Yeah.
Very cool. Do you live here, or do you own this property?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. I always like the green color.
Yeah, I did that to piss the city off, I guess.
Oh yeah, you think it was
Made him paint it because it was chipping.
right? So he said, okay, he's gonna just paint the ones facing the street, right?
I'm painting over it. I'm gonna.
Yeah, cool.
Once the weather breaks, I'm painting it back.
Yeah,
to
well, it seems to have been
normal
vacant for so long. I'm glad to see somebody moving in.
Yeah, the guy that lived here, he retired and went and moved to Belleville. Scott, he was an airline mechanic.
Oh, very cool.
And
yeah, it looked like he was just using it for storage and stuff.
well,
It's been getting run down.
He had a relative stay here, and then when they moved out, he put a bunch of stuff in here because people were squatting in there. He was just trying to fill it up.
Okay.
They stole the pipes. They did a lot of damage.
Oh, they
to it.
took
I've been
the
fixing it up. Yeah, the
metal
copper,
scrappers, yeah.
the fucking assholes.